So I have a stray cat friend, and I'm gonna build him a house. Here's some pictures of him. Now I did try other houses for Chomper. They didn't work out that well. I've also been feeding these guys every day. I call him Chomper. So first I cut a round hole in the first tote. So we got a hole in this one. It kind of cracked a little bit, but I'm gonna put duct tape over this anyway. So we're getting there. So the tub inside is wrapped in insulation. I put like these insulation boards on top of it. I initially didn't have straw, so I had started by putting towels inside of it. Looks like we got multiple suspects, multiple entries here. There's even a third cat involved now. This is some white and brown cat I've never seen before. But ultimately, I don't think the towels were enough, so I had to get some straw. So I hit up my man Bezos for some of that straw. Dude, this shit was perfect. And honestly, if I was a cat, I'd prefer straw over a towel too. So, you go off, queen. It took them a little bit to kind of get used to it, but they started to go into it. Specifically, Chomper kept going into it. She started to spend a lot of time on her porch. I started working from home, and I started to see her on the cameras all the time. She was cool just licking herself. I mean, I was still seeing a few other cats, but it was mainly Chomper. Chomper started to get a little less afraid of me. At least, kind of. Originally, there was like 3 cats that I was feeding at once. You got the main dude, that's Chomper. And then there was this like older cat that I've seen for a while named Stomper. I call him Stomper. And the little white and gray cat you saw earlier, I call him 3. I might not have realized the sheer amount of cats it was going to bring to my door. So I had to get a heated water bowl so they had water. It's just like a cheap Amazon one, but they all drink out of it. Plus they weren't drinking from my little bowls. Chomper knew me and the camera were related somehow. She seemed to like the spots where I placed the camera. Chomper suddenly wasn't interested in sharing the porch anymore. I started checking the cameras in the morning just to see what she was doing at night. I was so excited to wake up and see Chomper's head sticking out of the shelter. Then I started to see Chomper go on top of the shelter, especially after I would put something that smelled like me by it. Approaching Chomper initially was a little difficult because she would run, but then she started realizing that I had food.
Hey baby Chomp. Hungry? Hey, baby.
It took a little bit of time, but Chomper started to get more and more comfortable with me. But that ended up evolving into me being able to watch her eat through the storm door. So I thought, why not buy a bunch of cat toys from Amazon? So I left this little ball outside.
Chomper. Got a toy for you.
We never saw the ball ever again. But she was starting to be really consistent with feeding. 5 o'clock, Chomper's at the door. Also, highly recommend heated water bowl. Anyways, Chomper started to kind of claim that porch. This thing was hers. She was trying to make everything smell like her on that porch. Cats are obviously very scent-oriented. So I think it was a competition on who could make the porch smell like them the most, and Chomper was definitely winning. She even did it to the toy mouse. There was a few snowstorms, but she was showing up regularly to come eat and come just be near me. Rowan wasn't a fan of cats being on the porch all of a sudden. But since he's a good boy, he doesn't bark, he just looks at Chomper. But Chomper would sit and wait in front of the door for me. She started not caring if I was on the porch with her. Look at those Temu Crocs. Chomper would sit at the front door at like 5 a.m. like there's a Black Friday sale on cat food. But she didn't really use the shelter that often. That's where Little Chomp comes in. I believe Little Chomp is some sort of like child of Chomper possibly. This was Chomper checking on Little Chomp when he was using the shelter. Now by that video you would think that Chomper was okay with Little Chomp using the shelter. And I thought that was correct as well. But it seems like Chomper doesn't exactly want to share the shelter as much as exist near it. I was slowly building a relationship with Chomper. She was starting to kind of trust me. I would feed her every day and make sure she had water and everything out there. But then I started seeing like multiple cats, actually. There's like at least 3 tabbies. And I'm like, which one's Chomper? That was around the moment that Chomper gave the other cats an intervention about the porch. And they had the intervention right outside my house. One day while I was working, I just hear these really loud meows. I think Chomper told this one to get out because he started walking away. I always had dogs in my life, so it actually felt a little weird to be interacting so much with a cat. Especially a cat that was claiming my porch. I bet I'll open this door and there'll be a cat out there. Chomper. Chomper. You hungry, baby? I stopped having to feed 3 cats and just ended up feeding Chomper and leaving dry food out for every other cat that comes to my porch. Chomper was coming by twice a day, at least for a while she was. And at night, she'd protect my porch from other cats. She was kind of holding the porch down, honestly. I think she had like a list of which cats were allowed on the porch. I'd just watch her from my window. I think she has like another secret location over there somewhere, but we can neither confirm nor deny this other Chomper location. All I know is that I didn't see her for a little bit, but eventually she came back. Chomper! You hungry? You hungry, Chomp? I'll take this one. Fill this bit good. I'd leave food out that would freeze. Good? Just waiting for my Chomper. It's cold, Chomp. Alright, be safe, Chomp. Chomper started showing up a lot less frequently. Since I started working from home because of the neurological stuff, feeding Chomper became kind of like a ritual for me. And while I still see her on the cameras like a lot, she doesn't really come to me for food as often anymore. When she does want food, she definitely just sits on the porch and waits for it. But I think that's just kind of the life of dealing with stray cats. I mean, I keep that BJ's wholesale cat food on lock for her and any other cat that shows up at my door. I don't discriminate when it comes to feeding cats. She's definitely really comfortable with me. I just think she's a street cat and she's got a lot of street cat things to do. But I'm gonna keep giving her stuff when she shows up. Cause that's my Chomper baby. Get out of here. I see you. I see you, raccoon. Get. I see you. Get out of here. Going to jail.